I turn it on. Go get your drink. It's alright.
Yeah.
No one watches it anyway.
Yeah.
No one's even on, see?
Kirby has all the tools.
That was my back foot, lady.
I'm the worst. He's looking at me like I'm the worst.
He's looking at you like, I
Like,
saw you.
the fuck, bitch?
I know you didn't take my back
He's
foot.
like, I pay rent here, obviously.
I know you didn't grab my back foot pillow.
Right.
That was for that one back foot in that one particular place.
I should hide my feet.
Oh yeah.
Nobody gets that for free.
Nobody.
Nobody, not even you. Oh my god, this has been coming up every fucking week.
Okay. Perfect.
And I closed this out like 17 times already.
And it just can't come up enough.
Amen. How's your week?
Almost died.
Yeah, that's true. Sorry.
Squirrels! How's your...
Well, I see like the thing on the wall. Like, where did that come from? Like the mark?
Oh,
Let's go.
yeah. Oh, no, our little friend's gone. It's on my shoulder.
Could be. I'm glad you didn't die in the heat.
Yeah.
Just a little heat stroke. Just a touch of the heat stroke.
It got so hot. And I will say, you know, okay, so I know every part of the country is different because I know different people from different part of the countries.
No.
And Chile. And Chile.
Right.
But in New England, I feel like they tell us Z and we're lucky if we get A. Like, or even
Like the opposite.
like the complete opposite. Like we complete opposites. So in June, it's June, they were calling for really hot. And to be fair, on my phone weather, whatever that is, it said it was going to be like 90, I think it was like 92 to 95, but, you know, a heat warning, and which usually means it's humid.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, oh, that's going to be real sticky.
See, when it said 90s, I was like, oh, there's no way it's going to go for like 87.
See? And we live, you know, but technically we still live by the water. Even you
There's
still.
water right there.
No, I know.
Yeah.
But we live on, like,
Water.
we used to, you used to, but I still live on an island, which always seems to be 5 degrees warmer in the winter and 5 degrees cooler for the summer. That doesn't mean exactly, but just somewhere in that range. Like if Providence is 100, we're like 95, 90 because of the sea breeze.
I understand the summer. How does it work in the winter?
The ocean doesn't freeze.
Okay.
So the breeze that comes off the ocean is actually technically can be warmer because because the water doesn't freeze anymore, because it's more salt water than it used to be, it's actually warmer. Now, it doesn't mean it's always that, like, I actually, like before.
No comments on your side.
No
Got
comments
nothing
over there. Just over there. But, yeah, so I don't know. It's, at first I thought it was like one of those myths. As an adult, like watching the news and like having my own thermometer, they're kind of right. It kind of is, because Shannon's always got way different weather than I do, and you live very close to Shannon, so so I sat down and I said, okay, it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be humid, so this is gonna be one of those days. Now, I don't want to ruin anyone's dinner or whatever time you're watching this, but I'm usually very.
You should know not to do anything.
I'm usually a like t-shirt boxer guy around the house type of guy, which is, I feel like it's clothes already, because someone could walk in, they look like shorts, except they're more colorful, and unless something's like poking out, like there's really, for me, I think they're shorts.
Yeah.
So I'm never freaked out. Like if someone like knocks on my door and be like, "Hey, you're knocking on my door. You're getting what you're getting." And I'm not naked,
I'm
so
home.
yeah, but I'm not naked, so
Right.
you know. I get home, and I get into the house, and it's like, I'm just gonna say like 80 something, and I was like, wow. And I have fans going, circulating, and I have like, yes, I have one room that has AC. I actually have 2 rooms that AC, But usually the second room I usually put in August or the end of July because I know we always get those week or 2 weeks where I just live in my game room practically.
Yeah.
But I was like, nah. So Chance would go, you gonna put the other AC? I was like, nah, I don't need that. You know, it's not gonna be that. And it's only for like 2 or 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
So we're not talking about a full week here where I can't function.
Right.
I don't know. I felt like stupid. Like 1 day, 2 days. Like, come on. I can handle 1 or 2 days.
Yeah.
So
Until.
just wait. There's more to the story. So it's like 80 something degrees, and it's in the house, and I'm like, wow, I don't think I've ever seen a house this hot before. And so I took out an extra fan and I put it in the living room, blowing on me.
I feel like with all the energy you're using with the fans,
I probably could have used, obviously. My problem is, it's like, I talked about this already. My living room's like your living room.
Yeah.
The only difference is that your house kind of has a little more working together. Like you got 1, 2, 3, 4 ACs in your house. Because I know, I don't know if you have Kelsey's on, but I know Kelsey's has one.
Kelsey's can't be plugged in.
Oh, okay.
Because she put her desk where the plug is.
Makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay.
Well,
Oh.
I went in there the other day. I was like, "Why?
There's so
why don't
much-
you have that on?" She
Now
was like,
here
I can't
it
plug
is.
it in. And I was like,
So there's
"What do you mean? Like we plugged it in while we were working in there?" She's like, "Yeah, but my desk."
Okay, so now we're gonna go down the rabbit hole.
Because
Fuck off.
Our
So why?
outlet situation in this
No.
fucking house isn't
I had the
worse
same
than
thing. I had the same thing. So that's not even a question. That's not even a question. My question is, why don't you just move the desk to plug it in?
Because it touched the wall.
Why didn't she
It's
plug?
a countertop.
Why didn't she plug it in before she put the thing in? Because you left it in all winter.
Mm-hmm.
So why didn't you plug it in before you put it in? Because I remember her putting it in, like building the not building, but putting the.
That's my wife.
Okay.
I feel like the thing could move, but
Me too. You know what? I love you to
it's not
pieces.
even worth the fact.
I know, I'm
she
not-
doesn't
no,
want to plug it in,
but
that's on her.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm not. I know I don't want to pry because we're all our own demons at times. Because I can tell you right now, they probably
It friggin' turn the AC.
turn
What
on
the
the
fuck is
AC.
that?
What? The sweating.
What?
Oh, at the
That?
end? I don't know what it is at the
Blowing
end.
bubbles?
Yeah, maybe. Probably sweating balls.
I don't know.
So.
Can I enlarge that? What is that?
And I've always said that.
I'm just doing it.
Yeah, same. So, wait a minute. Go ahead. I know. It's coming. Come on. Give it to me. I can tell.
No, I was just gonna say I was watching porn the other day.
Yes, let's go. Let's go.
And do you ever watch a video, like turn on a video, like, oh, this one might be good, and then you're watching it, like, what's happening? Like everything you're doing is just not it.
Yes, I actually just did this. I saw this really.
Did we watch the same one?
So literally, I found this real pretty girl. I was like, oh, she's attractive,
Mm-hmm.
and I started the rabbit hole.
It's the wind blowing.
Yeah, the wind blowing,
Sure.
the AC blowing. Yeah. So.
What do we say, Sean?
What's your name? Who's Windy? What her name? Wind? What? So yeah, so I found this one girl. I was like, oh, this is hot, right? And so she starts. Of course, it's the same formula every fucking time. Like it's the little.
Don't look at the camera.
Yeah,
Stop
don't look
looking
at the.
camera.
Yeah, I know.
Stop
Right.
looking at the camera.
And then, like, I hate the ones that feel the. Do you really have to do that? Really have to feel the need to kind of like do their job and look at the camera. Like you're like, all right, you're facing this way. Can you not look like it? The object is that you don't know I'm here.
Right.
Stop looking
You're
at
making
me.
it weird.
Yeah.
I
So
see a picture of her.
yeah. So
That's what Sean said.
so
Yes, go to.
so I'm like,
What
oh,
site do you use?
what?
What site do you use?
I have a few, but usually Pornhub.
Pornhub.
Yeah.
Pornhub.
What
It's easy. Pornhub.
Yeah. Because sometimes I feel like that rabbit hole is not worth it.
Mhm.
But if it goes down, I end up going to another one. So because there's been
Does it go
time.
down?
Yeah, it has. It's been time. This is under
A busy
construction.
season?
I'm
Oh,
like,
I was gonna say it's a busy time. Like,
It's like
It's
AC.
like
It's like the AC. They're like, wow. Everyone's spanking it right now. You gotta come back later. Our servers are full.
Everybody's spanking it right now.
Listen, you gotta come back. It's
Right.
too full.
Yeah.
And I've always said that. Come back, too full. No, so I was like all into it. And then, okay, so not the gross, but she starts doing the whole like spitting on the, while she's doing the hand and the whatever. And I go, okay, I get it. Not gross, hot, a little bit. Okay, all right. And then he's going at it and she's like still spitting. I'm like, what are you, 5? Why are we still spitting? Like, oh, what happened? Why do you need to spit? Like, you're spitting all over your chest. Like, you're not even, like...
What's hot about that?
Like, she's like... And then at one point got me, I went... She's like... She's laying there with her legs over her head. And I would gag, right? She literally went, oh, you like this? And then dropped the drool and then sucked it up. And I was like... I was like, I'm done. Pull out. I'm done. Man down. I was like, what are you doing? Why did you do that? Why would you spit it? Almost touch your tits and suck it back. I'm like, I get your spit. I get it. It's yours. It's not.
It doesn't matter. Once it exits, that's it.
Let it go. But she's laying down on the couch with the legs, and I'm like, what are you doing? No. What are you doing? I was like, no, don't do that. And then we had to instantly, which is the worst because like you're like, yeah, getting like, okay, all right, this is going good. You're like,
all right, we're still
okay, no. And then it was like, and we had just started. Like, we had gone from the second thing we do to the main part of the story, and then it was like, why did we start like that? Like, I can get the, like that, I can get a little, like, I can get some of that, but the, oh,
yeah, we're not yo-yoing or spit around.
Good. Okay, let me get back to me, Donnie.
Yep.
Because I'm bored. We can't you, woman.
Sorry.
So, I'm in my house. It is 80-something degrees, so I put an extra fan. I actually put a better fan in the other window to try to get more of a airflow, right? And I think... Okay, I didn't get AC from my living room, again, because the way it's set up, I also have the windows I
have upstairs that would go up.
What's that?
It would also like fill up the...
Well, a little bit, but it wouldn't, yeah, but my problem was at that time, and mind you, I bought my house in 97, so you're talking about 100 years ago. So the bigger AC you got, I'm talking about bigger power wise, like a 1200 or a 10 BTUs, means it'd be a bigger AC. Mm-hmm. And the window that I could put an AC in wasn't that big. And then it became like I couldn't put a small AC in there.
Yeah, so it would do nothing.
Because it would do nothing, spend more money, work twice as hard, so that's why I don't have AC. Things are so different now that I could actually probably put like my doorways don't have your arches, so mine's like a proper doorway, even though there's no door, but I could put like a curtain on it, like a bathroom rod, and then put a curtain on it, and then I'm probably gonna invest in trying to get because it's not that I can't afford it or I can't do it. It was just I
have one downstairs that might have mold in it.
Oh, perfect. Next time you see me, I have like fucking mushrooms off my face. So how's that AC working? Great. By the way, it hasn't gone anything higher than 70 since the fucking heat wave.
Hey, don't say it. I didn't offer.
Oh, trust me, I'm not. So I'm like sitting there and I'm like, okay, all right. So, it's now almost 90, and so I go into a dark room with just fans, and it's dark, and it's actually pretty cool in there. Not cool, but the fans are actually blowing cool air on me. Mm-hmm. So you know how you so now I'm just have boxes on. No t-shirt now. I'm officially getting hot. Now, before everyone knows, I do have an AC for my bedroom, but I'm from a generation or have the mindset. My bedroom is for fun time or bedtime. I don't have TV. I have nothing except sleeping.
Why don't you bring like a tablet or something in there?
I took my phone, but I'm not that guy who can sit on. Like, I can't do like. We were just talking about to Bri, and he's like, I can sit there and stroll for hours. I can't stroll for. I can do Facebook for a little bit. I love.
But if you brought your tablet, you could have at least watched something on it.
I don't have. Yeah, but I don't have it set on anything.
Okay, but you have a wife that you could ask about.
Right, that doesn't live with me.
Right, but you could have called her and be like, hey, how do I fucking do this?
I think you're really giving me more credit than I am. I'm not this
search
good.
on the web. You could do so. Stop pretending like you can.
How about this? You're probably right. I have had no desire enough to do that. Okay. I told you I'm fixing my problem, so this won't be a problem. Okay. So, because I'll never be hot in June again like this.
Right. Just get some buckets of ice and things.
You know what? You were laughing. So I go into the game room and I start playing my video game, and it starts like freezing at points. So I walk over to it, and it is hot. Mm-hmm. And I like instantly shut off my game. Like, I don't even fucking care. I just I'm shutting it off. I was so scared that I was going to ruin it
That's fair.
Listen, I'm not the guy who has $1 million to go buy 100 different things. So I got to take care of the shit I have. I'm sorry, I'm not that rich. I wish I was, but my game got hot, and I can't afford a new PS4 right now. So I was like, shut this off. Yeah. I know it's not PS5, but whatever. Shut it off. And now I'm getting hot, so I go in the room for an hour, and now I'm getting a headache. I'm getting that pounding in my head. Now we were supposed to get like Gatorade or Powerade. Shannon had said, I had said I think there's some in the house anyway. She had forgotten she had drank them. So when I got home, all that was ginger ale. Oh. So I don't think you really know me, Sean, but I don't drink soda. So that's like, even though that doesn't help me anyway. Right. So I'm dying. So I take a shower. I feel a little bit better because I take that lukewarm shower. So it's not too cold and not too warm, because you want your body, the hotter shower you get, the more your body tries to cool it down. The colder, your body tries to heat it up. Mm-hmm. So I always take a warmer shower in the summer. So I am now decided I'm going to watch a movie. I'm going to watch an old movie I really like.
Okay. What movie?
It's called Amadeus. It's a 1985 movie. I liked it when I was a kid. It's a geek thing. I just sat down and I was like, I'm watching it. Mm-hmm. So excited. So I go to start watching. Now it's 3:00 in the afternoon. It is now, which I have now, I remember as a kid.
Yeah, drinking soda when you're dehydrated tastes nasty.
Yeah, I just drink soda, period. But I'm drinking water. So I am drinking, but I'm just not. I actually had some popsicles too. Like I had some cold. So I was putting stuff into my body, just not, I guess, the right stuff, if that makes sense.
Well, you couldn't keep up with it because it was so hot in your house.
Right. So now I go look at the thermometer. It is 95 in the house. And I'm like, oh my God. And this is the worst thing I'll ever say in my life. This movie felt like it was a 5-hour movie because I just was like, I really don't want to watch this anymore. Like, I'm too hot. Like, I'm too hot. Mm-hmm. And I started, my head is pounding. So I'm just like, can fucking Mozart die already? Because I know the movie. So I'm like,
spoiler.
Can you fucking die? Just put him in the goddamn ground. I know what happens.
So why don't you just turn it off?
Oh, because I paid for it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because it's on Prime, and it only did like a 2-day thing. And in my head, I'm like, I'm watching this. It's not that bad. I'm not doing anything. I'm sitting on the couch. Yeah. Because in my brain, I'm like laying there like a potato. Like if you literally knocked on my door and like peeked in, you'd be like, you look disgusting. Like my hair was like greasy.
Right. But I feel like you would have every right to be disgusting when your house is
95 at the sun. So I walk by the thermometer, and I will post pictures if no one believes me, but I walk by the thermometer now. Now it says it's 103 degrees outside in the shade. Because I have one of the thermometers in the shade, and I have one in a kind of a sunny spot. So I always compared it to, because it's somewhere always in the middle, right?
Yeah.
It was 103 in the shade. And now I am not okay. My head's pounding. And now I go, okay, listen, I just got to get to the evening, because once the sun goes down, this fucking heat will stop.
Mm-hmm.
No way, man. It stayed almost 98 degrees in the house. It was 11 o'clock. Now, I took another shower, so now we're at 2 showers. At 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, I'm not doing good. And I start going, around 8 o'clock, I go into the bedroom, and I said, I don't know what to do. I mean, I'm so trapped. Like, I'm so stuck, and I'm on my phone. I must have charged my phone 3 times, because I was, like, literally on my phone, trying to distract myself. And Shannon goes, are you okay? I'm like, I'm not okay. I actually did the whole, listen, you need to take a shower, because like my head was like really bad now. Like I had Jumanji in my head.
Yeah.
I took a 3rd shower.
Mm-hmm.
This is probably the grossest thing I can ever explain, and I try not to go into detail. Literally got out of the shower, opened up the curtain, and was like, I need to text Shannon. I'm out. I don't feel good. And literally, I know it's going to sound dramatic, fell into the toilet. I didn't fall into, but I couldn't stop puking.
Mm-hmm.
I puked. Now I had some salted peanuts, because we talked about getting some salt in me. And I had some salted peanut. I puked up everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, and I couldn't stop. And I kept rewinding to texting saying, I'm sick, I'm not okay. And I'm just like, no, I can't. The second I kind of put my head away from it, it was like, my stomach was like, oh, we're not done yet. Yeah. And it's like, I literally puked up, let's see here. I think it was a Flintstone vitamin. Yeah, from when I was 5.
Nice.
One of the grape ones.
Yeah.
And 2 cherry, and 1 half an orange, because I didn't want to eat those.
Half an orange.
So
Well, you're looking snatched, boy.
Wow. So I literally, I'm in the room. I have a wet cloth on my forehead. I'm I'm texting Shannon. I said, I think this is it. I think I'm old. I'm gonna be 50. I don't think my body. I'm not 25 and doing this.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm really getting scared now. And I'm like, all right. And I kind of write this little paragraph. It was a goodbye, but not a goodbye.
Yeah.
But I'm sitting in a room that's 67 degrees, and my body's just not evening out.
Yeah.
I did fall asleep, and
into a coma.
I literally, I felt like I did, but I did wake up with a jerk, oh my gosh, because I woke up and I did the whole oh my god, and then I was like, you know what? I don't care, and I looked over and I looked at the clock, and anyone's gonna kill me, because I don't feel good. And I rolled over and I just fell back to sleep, because I was in my head. I'm so bad at that. I'm fucking lately in my head, so bad. And next day, woke up, still wasn't feeling good, but I ended up getting some Powerade, and I ended up getting myself back, and I was really afraid, though. I was 100 times, I feel like the weather didn't, for once, didn't tell me. The weather environment, the weather people saying how bad it was going to be. I felt I saw the little thermometer. I understand it was supposed to be hot. And it says it feels like it's going to be 100 and something degrees. Well, it was 100 and something. It didn't feel like it. It was.
When I went to go get Maeve from camp,
yeah,
which this poor thing was outside all day.
Are you fucking kidding me?
With camp. That's cool.
No way.
Yeah.
No way. That's got to be
They had the sprinkler and stuff.
Oh,
so at least,
no, that's okay. No, I'm sorry.
But yeah, it's an outside camp. But she's like, we're gonna go to the beach because it was too hot, so we have the sprinkler. I was like, yeah, whatever cools you down, kid. Thomas and I sat in the pool all fucking day. But when I went to go pick up Maeve, my car read 111 degrees.
Yeah, it had. It said 100, and I have never seen this as long as I lived. My thermostat was blinking at 95 and basically saying, "Why are you still fucking
Get the
here?
fuck out."
Why are you still here?" And I was like, "Bro, I live here." And they're like, "I'm the house and I don't want to be here."
When Kelsey broke our last thermometer, or like that, is that what it's called?
Yeah. Thermostat.
Thermostat. Yeah, I was like, "There's a different word."
Yes.
It got, I think, like almost 90 degrees in here, so I can only imagine what you were dealing with.
And the worst thing is I have fans on me.
Right.
That's the part that was killing me. Was that it's not like it was like I was just blowing
hot air.
I was like, here's the sun. I'm going to put a fan right in front of it, and I'm going to stand on the other side of the fan. So the fan's blowing behind me, and I'm standing in front of the sun. Because I felt like they were doing nothing.
Yeah.
And then I got a message from my friend that was like, the whole town of Rehoboth lost power. And they were like, they went through that whole heat wave with no power, and I'm like,
crazy.
And then there was moments where I thought to myself, what did I do when I was younger? Because when I first moved to my house, I had no ACs. Mm-hmm. And when I lived at my parents' house, when I was a kid, same house they live in now, same house. I lived on the second floor with them, and I never had an AC in my house.
Right. Did it get as hot as it was?
It had to. I mean, there's no way.
Hot.
Oh no! Well, here's the trick.
For me as a kid,
for me, two things I feel that happens. I think when you're a kid, you can process heat differently than when you're a grown-ass adult. Like, when I say grown-ass adult, like, the older you get, the harder heat and cold gets. So, like, you're 25.
As a kid, heat's weird for kids, too.
Right. No, it is. But it's, like, you process it differently.
Probably just don't think about it as much.
Probably. Like, I'm hot. It's hot. I'm hot.
Yeah.
When you get older, when you get hot, things aren't functioning. Like, you get, like, I'm getting a headache. I want to go to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm not okay. And when you're a kid, you're just like, I'm hot and bored. Mm-hmm. And you just lay there, and then like a breeze comes, and you're like, yeah. When you're older, you're like, oh my god, like I can't function. Yeah, and I think it's different.
We didn't have AC as kids either until we would sleep in the computer room because the computer room and mom and dad's room had AC in it. So the three of us would just sleep in there, and then finally, like 1 year. My parents let us have the AC in our room because I think like the computer room was like no longer really a thing.
Right.
So the AC went in our room, and then Ashley would come sleep in our room.
Right.
And I'd hear all fucking night because she had some type of blog or whatever.
Yeah. Fucking Ashley, god damn it.
Stop it. I'm an early bird, but they weren't.
Yeah. Oh, I gotcha. So they were the night owls, and you were just like.
And the two of them would be like laughing and stuff. And can you shut the fuck up?
Yeah, because I'm gonna wake up in an hour, and you guys still gonna be sleeping.
Right.
Like you guys be going to bed.
Right.
So. I just was like, how did I do that? How did I survive on a second floor with my parents? You know, like living, and none of us had ACs, but we had fans and stuff, but never ACs. But. Here's the trick, though.
Did your parents have theirs in?
Huh? No, they didn't have AC either.
Yesterday?
No. Then now, yeah. Well, my parents are old, so if they did, they'd be like, I don't know, like burnt stick matches.
Have you ever watched the SpongeBob movie?
Yeah, with the old lady. Like, the old lady.
No. Oh. The movie where when they go to Shell City and then they like are like
dried up. Yeah.
I feel like SpongeBob and Patrick with this heat wave.
What was it? So I just feel like, but I will say one thing to you. I feel like too when in Rhode Island when we get the heat wave, it's in August. So you have so in June you get the 75 to 80. July, you get that like 80, humid, maybe a little bit to 90. Like not really though. Like just really humid. No, you haven't. Yeah. But those are the 2 months.
Hopes of like,
and then August is it's going to be humid. It's going to be humid, and it can be 60 degrees out, and it's going to be your breathing water.
Yeah.
And you're going to feel like it's 110 because it's going to be so sticky that it's going to be gross. And then I feel like that's the weather that kicks your ass.
Yeah.
Or you get that 1 week of, oh, it's going to be hot, and it's going to be hot, and it's going to be hot.
Mm-hmm. The past couple of years, the 4th of July has been pretty cold.
Right. It has been. And we had a couple, what was it? When you guys were kids, we had one that was like literally, we were all in the pool. Like with just our nose, like all of us. I remember like Lori, like looking around the pool and we're all against the edges.
I think that was the year that we did the parade. The July parade.
Yeah, I think so. And we just literally all sat there. And I kept going, hey, Gary, we're going to get out. He's like, too hot, bro. He's like, I'm going to wait till, we had to wait till like, I don't want to say the sun go down because it wasn't that dumb. But we had to wait till get it to a certain point before he made like lunch and dinner.
Yeah.
Like
he died.
What was it? Bill was wearing a hat.
Yeah.
It was so hot, he was in the pool, and like all you could see was like this hat, and like a little, because he had like that.
It's a guy in the fence.
Yeah. But it wasn't a baseball hat. He just had I forgot, like a type of like, I don't want to say cowboy
like
hat.
Sun hat.
His sun hat, right? And like Lori's in the pool, and Lori never got in the pool. So when you knew it was hot when Lori was in the pool,
right.
And the water was so cool. Because we had just filled it that morning. Because I remember going and he's like, "Listen, we're gonna fill it up. It's good. We're gonna." And I was like, "All right, I'm fine." Because I used to go early.
All that water you guys put in there got splashed out.
Oh yeah, because Ralph. Because I remember at one point like Ralph, Shannon. We were just all in there, but we were all like hugging against while you and Sammy were swimming, and we kept throwing stuff. And you're like, "Find it." You're like, can you throw this ring? Can you throw, kids, you guys were like, and trying to do this diving. We're like, yeah, whatever. We're like, and literally, I felt like we all sat there like right to our noses. Mm-hmm. And I remember thinking like, this is the weirdest day because then when, I'm going to say, again, this is the same type of weather we get. That 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, like, the temperature starts changing. Like the sun is going down a little bit more. Mm-hmm. I know it's not setting, but it's just like a little, like it's not there. It's like here. You know what I mean? It's like, and everything kind of drops like that few degrees, and then you come out and you're wet, but you're so cool that you're not going to feel hot for another 45 minutes till all your clothes, and then you're bone dry. Mm-hmm. And then always like, you want to go back in the pool? I'm like, I'm gonna be leaving soon. I don't want to get back in the pool. Do I have to change of clothes? Because sometimes I wouldn't, because we would just, so you would kind of go, nah, I'm done. Or I get in and then be like, oh, now I'm wet. I'm going to go home. And then I'm in the car and the AC comes on. I'm like, because you're like, and I would put the towel down. I remember borrowing towels and be like, can I get borrow so I can put a towel?
Well, no, those were your towels.
Yeah, I know. I love your mom. Those are your towels. No. I've never been to SeaWorld. This is yours. No. This is yours. I was like, no. Your daughter's the one who used up all the water that day. No.
Nice. I went swimming at a family friend's pool on Sunday, but earlier that day, that was like the first of the heat wave. So it wasn't like bad.
That's a baby day.
Yeah,
that was the day. It was like
that
was the day that was like, oh, I think there's gonna be some heat.
But I was at her house trying to put her ACs in, and she has the full screen.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to take those out.
So you have to pop them out. Yeah.
Figured it out.
Yeah.
But we needed to switch one to the other. She wanted to switch what side the AC was on in the windows. So that took forever. Like, just me trying to put it in, because most of them were broken off, too. Right. Put it in. So, finally switch that over. Put her AC in on the first floor. And she's like, well, I was like, is there another one? Because I thought you said there was 2 that you wanted to put in. She was like, well, the other one's upstairs, and, it's fine. We don't have to do it. I'm like, this is your chance if you want the AC.
I know. Especially on the second floor. I would want my second floor before my first floor.
She sleeps downstairs.
Oh, okay,
but her closet's upstairs.
Oh, no. Then the closet can get caught. I don't care.
Anyways, so she was like, no, it's okay. I'm like, this is your chance. She was like, okay, fine. So I'm upstairs, and this AC would not sit in the fucking window correctly. Oh. And her windows are tight as a motherfucker. Oh, to lift up and down. Not okay. In my computer room, this is why I need Shannon to do my computer room. It's not even. I have to put like a. I know this sounds stupid. I have to put a bottle
underneath it because it's not flat.
Mm.
Like there's a bump under. All the others are flat and the bump's on top. This one's made with the bump on the bottom.
That's dumb.
So when I went to go put it in the window, it does this. So I have to put like a bottle to make it, but I need someone there to put the bottle when I can put it down.
Yeah.
Well, no, you put it in and then put it down.
Right.
For it, because I can't do hold it, put the
Right.
bottle, close the window, like I can't. So I couldn't do. That's why the computer room wasn't there because I couldn't. Because all the others. Okay, so we're talking about closet. I have technically 2 ACs running.
Mm-hmm.
One in my bedroom and one for my action figures upstairs. And so Sam's like, why don't you go upstairs? I'm like, yeah, I get it, but there's only so much I can do upstairs. Like, once I'm upstairs, it's like you can't sit down anywhere because I just have tables and things set up for figures. She's like, yeah, but how cool is it? And I was like, well, I better go check. I kept checking on it because I kept thinking that because it was blinking 99 the whole time upstairs. Like, it was max to the top upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like
I mean,
thermostat?
yeah, my thermostat. I know it had to be way more than 100. I know I didn't have a thermostat of I have a thermostat that goes up to 99, but at the rest of the house I have other ones like personal ones that have outside ones and inside ones, so I always know the temperature.
Yeah.
But I know I went upstairs and I was like couldn't get to the AC fast enough. Couldn't breathe. It was rough. I was like it was like.
She has a bum shoulder too, so she couldn't really help either. And like it was just like it's rough. But anyways, so I'm like fucking trying to get this thing in. I'm like, why isn't it going in? Because it would go in on one side and then it wouldn't go on the other side. So then we lifted it up and put it like 500 times. Finally, I like put it on the ground because I'm like, what is going on here?
Mm-hmm.
And I went to go sit down and there was a rack behind me that I didn't know. And it stuck like right up my butt. Not in my asshole, but like pretty close. No, but it hit like right next to like my butt crack. Right. So it was like right here. I was like, oh, that was a close one. And it was
where's the spit?
I was trying to get this fucker in, so I was like full force, like doing, you know.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that fucking hurt. Finally, like last try in there, we put it in, and I noticed that the like the fans on the side.
Yeah.
It wasn't hooked in.
Oh,
on the bottom,
so it was coming out like this. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So no, well, it was just like open.
Oh
like
yeah,
this a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was like,
are you fucking kidding me?
I'm like, I'm gonna have to take it out to fix that. She's like, can we just duct tape it today? I was like, I'm doing that today because I'm not fucking around with it. So, and she wanted it all duct taped into the window anyways. So.
Okay.
The fans don't like stay pretty well, and she doesn't want to screw it in, so we duct taped it in. Yeah. And she's like, I don't care what it looks like as long as it's in. I'm like, okay.
But I saw something. I was like, it hurt my brain. Someone said, I don't need the AC today. I'm just gonna open my fridge and just put a fan. I'm like, first of all, you're gonna kill your refrigerator. You're gonna kill your refrigerator, your freezer. It's gonna kill it because it's the compressor's not made. It's made
it's not supposed to do that.
It's made to just make that spot cold and then shut off, not run 24/7. And the second of all this is what people don't understand is that refrigerator is going to be 1,000,000 degrees hot because it's going to be running a compressor that it's a AC has a different type of compressor that it does. So that thing is going to be 1,000 times hotter.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, it's going to be cool. Watch this. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, please do not tell me. Because it was online on Facebook, and I was like, please don't tell me that. Yeah, I know, but you know what? A lot of young people aren't catching on to that fake. Like, you and I have common sense, and I feel like the younger we go, people are like, did you know you could do it? It's not real. You can't do it. That doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Yeah. It says it on. I'm like, it's like a new generation of, it says it on the internet. Like, just because it says on the, like, when you Google something, it's a 50-50.
Right.
Like, it doesn't mean it's 100% right, but it depends what you're talking about. History fact, yeah, you're a little bit higher. Like, when did George Washington die? They're not going to lie to you. Last week.
I don't know, I wasn't there.
Well, Lincoln went down on the Titanic.
Right, he did.
It was assassinated.
He's actually what sunk the Titanic.
He was assassinated on. It was like, it ricocheted right down.
Damn. couldn't. No, so we put the ACs in, and she's like, "Oh, do you want to come to my mom's and we can go swimming?" And I was like, "Yeah, I would love that." But in order for us to do that, we had to go drive all the way home, grab my bathing suit, drive all the way to Newport, or almost Newport. She's like on that line-ish. And by the time we got there, it was like 5:30. So it's like, it started to cool down.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
It's going to be really bad, and I apologize because I know you're my niece, so it's going to be bad. Are you a sports bra panty girl during these hot weather?
What do you mean?
Like what you wear, sports bra. When it gets really, really hot, are you a sports bra panty girl?
Like just wearing
them?
them?
No, right now, underneath your clothes.
No, this is a real bra.
Oh, because I think for myself, I'd be like, I got a sports bra on, I got panties, we're going. I'm driving
I mean,
home.
like, if I'm at my house, I'd probably just...
I'd be like, yeah, because I feel like panties are the same as bathing suit bottoms. Unless they're white. I mean, because then you see everything when they're wet. But if you have colored underwear on, you can go swimming in it. And as long as your sports bra is colored, you can go swimming in it. I feel like, because there is a very nice lady who is a hockey mom, and that Shannon's good friend. She's on my account too. She's very, very nice. But I feel like her daughters are always in underwear, in sports bras, or it's bathing suits and like it has to be one or the other, because every time I see these girls in pictures, it's like they're wearing
nothing.
Yeah, and I'm always there's a picture, and I even said, Shannon, I don't know, I feel weird. I already got called out on this, and I really felt mad. Someone I knew said that they had a friend ask why I always heart their daughter pictures. And she's like, I've known him since I've been like 10. He's like, why? Yeah. Well, I think it's creepy as an older man hearting it. And I was like, so now when I see people's kids, I put care. Because it's like, I'm not creepy. I don't know. I just feel weird now. I hate being called out. Like, I'm not being perverted. It's a picture on Facebook. Yeah. It's not like I'm stalking these people. My friends all I have a daughter. I got 2 of them that, like I post up pictures and I don't go, hey, why'd you put a heart on this? Yeah. Like, but I do the care thing now. But she had a picture she took a picture of them waking up. Like first day and blah, blah, blah. And the girls were like with bra and panties, it looked like. Now, the panties didn't look like, I can see it. Like, they just looked like bathing suit bottoms. And then I see a picture, and they're like, roundabout. And I was like, is that the same thing they were wearing? And then I was like, no, not the same day, but I was like, and then the next time I was like, do these people wear clothes? Like, first of all, it's someplace warm. They were at the beach. And then the next place they were at I think it was something after the beach, but they were walking around. But they were just, like, the kid was wearing shorts and, like, a little t-shirt. And the 2 girls were basically looked like bathing suit bottoms and then bathing suit tops. Yeah. Because I feel like a proper bathing suit top and bottom is almost a sports bra and panties.
Basically, it is, just the material's different.
Right. No, that's
basically what a bathing suit is. It's just...
I know, and I just get like, why am I a creep if it's one way and it's the other way it's like normal? No, so that's why that's why I was saying, because if it was me, I'd be like, don't drive me, don't take me home, just let's go.
No, we brought Kirby home too, and it was just gonna be a thing anyways. And then we ended up going to dinner after too.
Oh, that's good. In your bathing suit and pee.
Yeah, I actually went naked. But anyway, so it was getting colder.
Did you ask if this is Pop Pop Poo's food?
No, I did not. I knew it wasn't.
Is it filled by Pop Pop?
They're very clean people, so definitely not. So
just threw your dad under the bus. They're very clean people. Not my dad, just these people.
So it was like I didn't really need to go in the pool anymore. I was like, I'm ready for the pool, and I felt like a little kid again. But so Kelsey didn't go in. It was just me and the family friend, and she was about to go in, and she looks at me, and I'm looking at her like, she's like, "You're not gonna," and I jump right in. She's like, "I can't believe you just did that," and I was like, "I can't do the whole easing in because if I'm easing in, I'm not getting in."
Yeah.
Because I can feel how cold it is.
Yeah.
And at first, it felt so good. I'm like, it's not even cold. And then, like, 2 seconds later, I'm like, it's kind of cold. Pretty much.
It's like
I had
it
goosebumps.
feels a little cold. What, you had what?
I had goosebumps.
Oh, goosebumps.
So, like, I was like, I'm just going to do a couple laps. So I did some laps around the pool, and I felt better after. But I felt like a little kid.
All right, so I have a question for you
Yeah.
because this happens to me a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like there's certain things I do in my life as an adult.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll use that word adult because I feel like your age, I felt like an adult. I was doing adult things. I owned my house. I was married. I had a kid,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like now I'm like, it's really in me, like adult. And I feel like once.
What's in you?
It was almost in you. Like being in the pool has a moment where I'll go like this with my hands and I'll be like, oh, I remember being like a little kid in the pool. And all of a sudden you're like having those moments of like, you think of all the things you would have thought of as a kid and you're like, oh, that's so cool. And then having a moment of like, if I do that now, I'll look like a weirdo. So we're gonna. So it's like I found myself, weirdly enough, in your dad's pool. We had a party one night where I remember this. We allowed you girls in after dark, like way after. I mean, you guys were. There was mosquitoes and people were trying to get. I remember being in the pool and having a moment of just kind of being there, like in the water, kind of just like slightly in because. Of course, as it gets colder, you want to be in the water because it becomes warmer.
Yeah.
And I remember being in the pool and just kind of just doing like because you could walk in your dad's pool. It wasn't like it was that.
Yeah, it was like 4 feet.
Yeah, and I remember just being like kind of like, okay, don't touch the floor, don't touch the ground. And then all of a sudden you're like, what are you doing? I'm like, nothing. I'm not playing with my toys. Go away. I remember being I was like, because I literally was like laying there, like laying my legs kind of floating, kind of like, what are you doing? And it scared the hell out of me because I was being so like 5 again or 6 or whatever age I was, like in my head. And you were just, and of course, I think you were like, you're in middle school easily, like you're a kid. And now you're, what are you doing? Nothing. I'm not doing nothing. I'm not playing with no toys. I remember being so like, nothing. I'm just staying here. I'm being an adult. Like, what? Knock it off. I remember you just going, do you want to play? You want to do something? Because it was like, because I was on the other side of the pool, and you guys always near the end of the night, you kind of always stayed next to the steps. Like that, or like right in front of the steps.
Yeah.
I felt like was you and Sammy's like, hey,
because our bodies were like, please stop moving. Because
you literally
all
would.
fucking day.
I remember so clearly going over and you girls, and we had to fill it up one time. And I only remember one time helping your dad do this. But he's like, hey, Nas, you want to help me? You're here early. Can you keep it done? So we're like putting water in. And he's like, can you keep an eye on this? He's like, I got to kind of he had to heavy down the weight of the steps because it wasn't enough, which is never enough. But he's like, I need to put more sand in it. So he's putting more sand in it, and he's looking at me, and I'm doing it. And I can see, like, out, the 2 windows, like, where there's a patio.
Yeah.
Or it used to be a patio, and there's those 2, like that. Well, it's computer room window, the living room window.
The living room window was huge.
Yeah,
so
that big. Right, and I could see you too. And then you could hear, not yet, girls, you're not going, it's too early, we haven't even filled it up yet. And then all of a sudden,
we always tried to like beat each other with the
and then all of a sudden you would see them, like you see the eyes disappear or they sink down, and all of a sudden you look at the screen door, and there they are, full bathing suits, full like doing the pee-pee dance. They're like,
Wait till we get in there.
and it was like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you had the whole day planned in your head. Like, both of you were like, oh my God, we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this. No, we got to do this. Yeah, that's right. We're going to do. Then I'm going to do this, and you're going to do that. But then I get to do that. Like, you both were like that. At least that one day, you were just both. And they're like, and your father's like, girls, not yet. We haven't even got enough water in the pool. Well, there was water, but he wanted to fill it up to the top, or not. Like. And I remember filling it, and your dad was using the solar panel, so the water was coming out like warm, and I was like, oh.
It only needed warm for like 10 minutes.
I know. But it was like, even I was like, oh, this is gonna be so warm. And then like the second my balls touched, it was like, oh, it's cold. All lies. Don't believe it.
Warm where?
I was like. I need to drop my balls. Oh my God.
Right.
It was so bad. It was so cold.
We were purple and we were like,
oh my gosh. I remember this so clearly.
He definitely got his money's worth.
He said, all right, girls, you can go in. Your sister tried to get out, and I swear it was like a sale on clothes because you one arm stiffed that bitch like she was not. Whoosh! And you were like taking these steps like boom.
And I was a fat kid, so it did do that.
Boom! And there was like 2 steps, and you jumped.
Every time.
You jumped. Sammy walked in.
Yeah, I can't do it. You
just were like, no. And Sammy got pushed in like, oh, you pushed me. I was like, because this bitch wants her water. She was like, and you just like hit the water, bounced up, and you was just like, I'm in the pool.
Oh yeah.
And your mom's like, you're coming out for lunch. Oh yeah, okay, I'm coming out for lunch.
I'm going right back in after 30 minutes.
And I swear, especially when you guys were real little, like
that's probably how I got to eating everything in 2 bites.
like you guys get fed, and you would sit like at the very end of the counter.
30 minutes from now. Okay, got it.
And then I'd be like, is everything okay? Yeah, Mom said I can't go to the pool for 30 minutes. Blah, blah, blah. And you guys would be like, and you guys would be like, because your lip would be.
Probably so that our bellies would set enough because we played hard.
Oh my God.
That
You guys would be nonstop.
We would play so hard that we'd throw up.
You guys would be like, nah, throw something, go. Oh my, and then, like, by the end of that day, of 4th of July, every toy, every box, every fucking thing your father said don't touch, you guys got into, I got the batons, I got the rings, and your father's like, I told you we're not playing. You did the pool noodle? You don't remember? Your father had this box. And he was like, oh, don't, I think he was waiting to use it. Like, don't use it yet. And you girls were like, oh, there's pool toys.
I don't remember him saying that, but
I think it was again.
We outgrew all the pool toys, so he'd throw coins.
Coins, yeah. I remember he's like, hey, nice, got any coins? I'm like, no, I'm in the fucking pool. I have no fucking change. I don't have my wallet. I'm like, wait. He's like, oh, because the girls, you throw your pennies in, they'll get. I'm like,
that's our new drink. we're like dogs in the pool. We got a new drink.
And I remember he'd be like, okay, guys, got to eat dinner. And you guys would be like, oh, a little bit longer. I'm not that hungry. And I remember sitting with your father. He's like, these girls will not eat. Like, if I don't get them out, they won't eat all day and they get sick because they haven't eaten all day.
Yeah.
And then you guys got out of the pool and it was always like, oh.
I don't know how it was not fucking snatched by the end of that summer because of all that swimming.
I know. I don't. Well,
because I ate everything in 2 bites. And I'd eat everything inside, so I guess, hand in hand.
Yeah, it was one of those moments where you girls were just, and I remember you guys, and every time I had a quiet moment in the pool, what are you guys doing? What are you doing? I was like, what? Like, why are you guys scary? Nothing.
It
But
does feel a little bit weird
do
being in
you-
a pool now.
That's what I'm saying.
Because like I wish I could just like do laps. I want to play those games again.
Right.
Handstands. It's like weird to do that now. You know.
I know. I know this because I had a little middle schooler say, "What are you doing?" As I was playing the game of no feet on the ground and just like holding yourself and just kind of like letting yourself float a little bit and then kind of hold the edge and then like just do dumb things, just kind of like having a moment. Or
I feel like you have to talk in the pool now. Like I don't want to do that. I want to play. I want
That
to
was
play
the other thing.
meals with Caitlin Ray and
literally, that was the other thing. And I say this with love, but I used to hate that with your dad. We used to all sit in the pool. You guys have any good projects we can do? And like some idea we could like make some money. I'm like, I'm in a fucking pool right now. Like, why are we talking about work?
Right.
Like, I'm in a pool to get cool and act like an idiot. Like, and they're like, hey guys, well, I got this one project going, and this is before Ralph had his business, and I remember being like, yeah, we're doing something with cups. Leave me alone. Look.
I just said the dimes are the hardest to get off the floor of the pool because they're small and reflect the light back. Yeah. It's hard to see them too because of the.
Whoa, wait a minute. This lady even went in the pool?
She did.
Well, she must have went because never can I remember a 4th of July she was ever in the pool.
She went in the pool with us.
I'm serious. I don't remember her ever in the pool. A 4th of July.
Maybe just that day because
Yeah.
it was
Every single
everybody else.
adult. Yeah, that's probably why. I think anything. Oh, well, wait a minute. Her senior year, she came out in a bathing suit, but I tried to put her in the pool and she got mad at me. I hurt her hand because she was holding on to everything. And then she's like, you're trying to drown me. No, I'm trying to have fun. You just hate me. That was my problem. Anytime I tried to make it fun, it was always...
What was I couldn't see in general because I couldn't wear my glasses? Oh, yeah.
She's
She's like blind as a bat.
I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
I really don't.
Poor thing.
I feel so bad because I feel like when I talk about you, I know so much about you. And then I'll talk about your sister. I'm like, I didn't have a clue.
I did spend a good amount of time in the pool.
That's good. No, that is good. Because I feel like sometimes when you're young, you won't do something. And then when you're older, you're like, why didn't I do that?
I'm telling you, my dad got his money worth with that pool. And like every bathing suit that we teared because we were disintegrating it in the pool.
I remember your dad's like, what are you doing? I was like, it's hot. She's like, you and Marion and, bring them over. Go in the pool. I don't care. I was like, I feel weird. Niles, please. I remember like twice we went over and I felt like I was like, I don't know, like you ever do that? Like you shouldn't be somewhere, even though you should be somewhere. You're like in the pool. I'm like, it's not my pool. It's not my house. I'm like,
But you're invited.
I know. I always feel weird.
Yeah.
I just feel weird.
I'm a danger to society if I don't have my contacts in or if I'm not wearing my glasses. Yeah.
I've seen you do shit with glasses on. Walk through doors.
She gets
Screen door. I've seen her walk through a screen door with her glasses on.
I've seen her bounce off a screen door.
Yeah, bounce off. Did she walk through the front glass door? The front one? Or is it the back one?
It was the back.
It was the back,
The
yeah.
slider.
The slider, yeah, that's
the
it.
door had been open all day.
Yeah, and she was like, oh no!
I think Dad was like, oh, let's go get marshmallows.
Yeah.
And she ran inside
and I was like, what was that? And your mom's like, it's okay, it's Ashley bouncing off the door. And I was like, the glass door? She's like, yeah, she hit it pretty hard. She'll be fine.
I thought it was just
That is your mom's biggest line.
So just imagine how I am without vision correction.
You gotta buy her braille.
Buy her braille.
For the door.
doors.
Yeah, braille door. Oh, it's a door. Glass. I felt like that was your mom's thing for your sister all the time to me. What was that? Just Ashley's fine. She okay? She'll be fine. No one likes her anyway. It's fine. I remember one time your mom was like really being hard on her, and I was like, I think you're being a little hard on her.
I ran inside to get the drawing I did at Disney to show everyone.
Yeah. I remember her being really excited. Yeah, that was it. I remember being really excited. Well, you know what I also hated? I'm going to say this out loud because I felt she got a bum stick about something as a parent. For me, not picking on your parents at all. But I always felt it as a bum stick because I always felt like she wanted to come and be part of the conversation at a older age. And no matter what age she was always too young to your parents. But then you guys would come in and sit there, and no one would say a word, and I can't see you. What? I just want to see her. You goober.
No, that's not the cat to chase.
I know. Wrong. You are not colorblind. But I remember being like, that's such a...
Right.
Because I remember you guys being a certain age, sitting there, and your dad go, oh, she gets all the jokes. She gets like... Because your sense of humor is so much of ours.
Probably because I sat in those conversations at an early age.
Right. And I feel like a lot of times your mom would kind of like push out at like, and I'd go, oh, okay. And I would always go, okay, I get it. Because it's not my kid, so I'd be like, I get it. But I was thinking to myself, I always thought, for me, as long as we're not talking about like hardcore stuff. But if the jokes are like, we always joke, like if you don't understand it, you'll never understand it.
Right.
And if you understand it, you're old enough to understand it.
Right.
Now, if I'm going to details and drawing out a picture or something, then you shouldn't be there.
Mm-hmm.
If you catch my drift. But if we're, like I always say this, like, I always felt like your dad and like them would have like the Shrek sense of humor. So if you're a certain age, you'll get nothing.
Right.
But if you're a little bit older, you'll get the innuendo. You'll be like, oh, I got that. I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
And sometimes I felt like your sister like just got that.
Yeah, she got booted a lot.
Yeah, she did. And
She would stop coming out because she was always booted.
I would too. I would
That's
too.
probably not why she stopped coming out, but I assume that's a reason.
I usually don't like talking because she's not here to defend herself, even though it's not saying anything bad anyway. But I've always felt that was always the crappy part about the parties. And then by the time I felt like when you guys were old enough, it was kind of like you came out more than Sammy did. I felt like Sammy'd be like the older she got, the more she'd be blushing like, oh my god, you just said this, and then be out the door.
You'd be better than your shirt.
Yeah, and you'd be like, more. Like, how much further can we go?
Right. What are my limits?
Like, and then you would say something and your mom would look at you and be like, and that was it. And you'd be like, I'm going inside now.
Hey, I want to be part of it.
That's how I was. I remember being the same way as a kid. And I remember my parents telling me no, and then becoming a certain age and being going, okay, Niles, you can stay, but you can't act this way. You got to act this way, or you can't stay. And then, again, this is such a weird thing. I feel like it's a trend in my life because when I hung out with older kids, it was the same way. You want to hang out with us? Absolutely. But if you're going to act this way, you can't hang out with us. Yeah. So, of course, I always wanted to be with the older kids. I never wanted to be with kids my age. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously I was, but I never really wanted to. And I always be like, okay, I'll go hang out. And the older people got, the more I wanted to grow up, and the more I wanted to grow up, my sense of humor. The only problem that I find now is I have a sense of humor of a 1980s, like the proper 80s. And my sense of humor should be more 90s. And I feel like I'm a dying breed of my sense of humor. Because, like, I remember being a kid and, like, nothing was off the table. You could joke about everything.
Yeah.
Everything. And now it's like a lot like, that's too soon. Like, why would you joke about that? I'd be like...
Or it's like, oh, you're racist for saying
yeah, it's like,
or you don't say that word
anymore. Yeah. And, or...
Which I get to an extent.
Yeah, I mean...
But
my thing is it's... There's different ways to say things. Mm-hmm. You can say something... Like, we're just laughing about you fat. Mm-hmm. I'm fat. My daughter's fat. We were sitting there at a thing, and her friend said something about being fat. She goes, oh, I need to go on a diet. And my daughter says, oh, mine, it's just water weight. And I go, you can pee for 3 days. And you will not still laugh. And we all laughed. It was all funny. Right. Because we know we are what we are. And so my daughter took it like a champ. And trust me, she gives it back to me. And I don't act like,
Well, wasn't she like a little kid and somebody's like, oh, you're fat? And she was like, yeah, so is my dad. What's your point?
Yeah. My daughter was the best in elementary. My daughter knew exactly what to say. One little boy said she got a haircut, like really short, and it looked like Dora. And she was like, I'm Dora. Like she was just like joking around about it.
Yeah.
And someone said to her, goes, who cut your hair? And she goes, my papa. And she goes, isn't your dad and your grandfather dog groomers? She goes, yeah. She goes, so you have a dog groomer cut your hair? She goes, yeah. He goes, so starts making fun of her. He's like, did you make fun of my hair last year? No, it looked nice. My papa did it last time. Like, she just whipped it down like,
Yeah.
what was the difference? He didn't bitch those other times, and he did it.
Yeah.
And it was like such a good, like, yeah. And she was really good at that. I think her biggest faults, if there is a fault, of sometimes being too honest. Or just trusting the wrong people. Like, I feel like there's a little. I have 2 stepkids and a daughter, and they don't all like each other. They don't hate each other, but they don't like each other. And I feel like a lot of that is because Marin listens to somebody and goes, like, you'll say to me, the sky's blue. I'll walk outside, look at the sky, and go, oh, it's blue. Now, if you say to me the sky's purple, Marin's the type to be like, hey, guess what? I found out it's purple, and I came up, and I'm like, no. Like, sometimes you don't have to tell everybody everything. Sometimes you don't believe, well, it's from the horse's mouth. Sometimes the horse's mouth is lying. Well, why would they lie? Because they're not you.
Yeah.
They don't feel they need to tell everybody everything. Like,
Yeah.
she's too honest, so she assumes everyone is honest, and I keep being like, it doesn't. Okay, learn the hard way.
Sometimes you gotta. Alright, it's about that time. We got cookies to eat.
Yeah! I'll never say no to cookies.
I will never say no to cookies. Well, actually, I will.
Is that an innuendo to something?
No. It's not.
Alrighty.
Peace out, guys.
Peace out, guys.
Stay
Have
cool.
fun. Stay out of trouble.
Something like that.
Stay cool.
Yeah. Put your ACs in.